Hello! How is everyone? Happy Friday. Welcome to Fishy Business, your weekly dose of aquarium live streaming. Couldn't think of the word there. How are we? Can you see me? Can you hear me? It all looks like it's okay on my end, but we will plow on regardless because it often looks like it's okay on my end and it totally isn't. It's Friday night, it's 9 PM in the UK. We're an hour away from doing the big quiz. Tonight will be the one where we figure out who's going to get an early Christmas present. It'll probably be a late Christmas present. We're giving away a Fluval Aqua Sky. So, share this far and wide. See if we can get a record number of viewers in. Unless I break it on before I get it there. But who have we got? We have some people in. We've got Tim Reptile. That always reminds me of Donald Trump saying, Tim Apple. Tim Reptile. Hello. Hi folks, says Tim. Hans says, hi from Sweden. Hi Hans, how are you doing? Well? Freshwater ichthyology, nice to see you. Andrew from Aquarium Daily, nice to see you. Good. Hi peeps, says Silver Surfer. From a gloriously subtropical 11 degrees centigrade, Edinburgh. And you got your calendar today. Excellent. Hopefully everyone who has an order in this side of the world has their calendar order. You should have by now, but oh god, most of my deliveries have been going awry recently. I don't know what it is, whether it's the run up to Christmas, but I was a bit worried about it. But all the calendars, I've got reports, most of the calendars have been like, oh yeah, I got it the day after you sent me the email. Yet my parcels with food and things like that going missing for like a week or two. So I'm glad the people who want their calendars have got their calendars. There is still time to support some great causes if you fancy a 2024 Aquarium Adventures calendar. Still got plenty left to purchase, so if you want one, get on the website and buy one. There will be links in the description. There might not be. There'll be links somewhere to buy them. You can go on my website, aquariumadventures.co.uk. That link will be in the description. Click merch. And you'll be able to find, you'll be able to find a hoodie like this. You won't, because that's not a hoodie. But under merch will be the calendar. It's supporting two great causes. That is the Freshwater Life Project, as well as the Ornamental Research Centre. No, the Amazon Research Centre for Ornamental Fishies. Very wordy. But good causes nevertheless. All about helping out projects across the globe. And I get a lot of people going, it's just fish, I'm not helping out fish. But they also help the people that live in the areas that we collect the fish from. So it isn't just fish. Even as if that needed to be clarified. It's everything. Susan Austin, nice to see you in before Brian as well. There he is. Brian's there. Agatagas, hi from the NY, USA. Hello from Sheffield, UK. Lee from a cold Bolton. Well, what is it today? It's 8 degrees at the moment. It doesn't feel bad, but that's because my wife has allowed me to put the heating on today, so I'll be nice and toasty. Juggler, evening. Here's the number one contender to win. If you are just joining us, we're playing for this tonight. This is the prize. Slightly opened. Never turned on though, but otherwise, brand new Fluval LED Aqua Sky. Whoever is the overall points winner for the last 3 weeks, which at the moment it's Juggler, and I do need to do some maths here because I haven't quite remembered to figure this out, but I think it still potentially could be anyone's, but Juggler has 2 large scores, so you need to nobble them somewhere if you want a chance. Next week in the Christmas giveaway, we might give away another half-decent prize with just that one live stream, so if you don't win this week, come back next week. Juggler will be banned if he does win, so he can't win 2 prizes. So another thing. I'm going to keep it a secret because I haven't quite decided what yet. But if you join me on the 22nd for the Christmas live stream, the quiz then will be themed on all things Christmas. This week it's all things 80s cartoons, and I've enjoyed that theme so much I've chucked in a few extras. So rather than just the normal 5 questions about it, we might have about 10. But it took me back to my childhood and I enjoyed that. But let me know in the chat what you're having tonight. I am having Huckaback Nipa by the Salt Brewery, a hazy, juicy New England IPA, 5.5%. which I got as a 4-pack from Tesco on a very good deal. I think it was about £8, so only £2 a can. That's not too bad. So not my absolute favourite, but very nice nevertheless. I've even given some to my dad. I've got my parents down visiting this weekend, and my dad, very much I don't like IPAs, said that was alright. Smells juicy. Can confirm, juicy. Calico J says hi. Stephen McCandless says hi all. Brian Haig says hiya juggler. Oh, just juggler. Well, what about the rest of us? Not ordered mine yet. Technically, I don't get paid till January. There you go. We'll try and win the quiz tonight. We'll give one calendar away to the winner tonight, and the big prize to the person who gets the most points over the 3 weeks. So you never know. Over 50% of fishies are freshwater. If people care about any animals, they should care. That should matter. It should, and it does matter. It's all part of an ecosystem. I don't want to get all hairy armpit on you straight away, but you know, all these things matter. We need to have a world at the end of the day. Question, do we need to wear our Christmas jumpers next week? Black Eye Friday. Of course we do. I will be wearing my Christmas jumper next week, assuming I can find it before next week. It looks like you're wearing a cowboy. This is my warm shirt. It's like my thick thermal shirt. It's covered in stains. I've just noticed half my dinner is down the front of it, so thankfully you can't see below here, so we're alright. I don't have any Christmas jumpers. You know, a hat is fine. Some kind of bauble dangling from something. That sounds worse than it was meant to. It's Christmas themed. That's all we need to do. 80s cartoons, I have no chance. Yes, but thankfully 80s cartoons were repeated in the 90s and the noughties and the 2010s, and even when my kids were born there were still the same repeats, so you might be okay. There might be a few in there just to throw you off, but there should be a few easy ones. I've also put in a few easy questions. I've even got some fishy ones this week. Not many, but you know, you'll have all the repeats. Exactly, that's what I thought. This is kind of universal, so we should be okay. Oh no, Susan is off next week too. Juggler can confirm Susan is a pain in the tooth. Yeah, believe it at that, tooth. My era was new things or remakes. Well, you know, it might be... I'm not going to give any clues. You'll just have to play along when we get there. A little bit of admin before we do. As always, as the year draws to a close, I've got in the back of my mind my year in review video that I always like to make. How much money did a small YouTube channel make in 2023? Or how many subscribers did I gain? And how many views? All that kind of stuff. If you're here for the first time, welcome first of all. Nice to see you. But there is going to be a button down there where you can click subscribe. There'll be a link to my channel. You can go and watch all my other videos. Any of those things would be greatly appreciated. If you're in any fishy Facebook groups or any of that nonsense, share one of my videos. Share links. Tell your friends. That's all I'm interested in, is getting a few extra views in there, spreading the word to a few extra people, and see if we can bump those numbers up a little bit. Because I've started looking into it a little bit in comparison to what my previous year's video was, and what goals I set myself for this year, and interesting performance, I guess, is where we're going. So anything you can do to help by watching a couple of extra videos or clicking subscribe or whatever that might be, always useful. A little bit behind on videos. I've had a bit of a busy week, so I've got like 3 videos half shot at the... Remember me talking the other week about doing daily December or daily uploads in December? Yeah, that didn't happen. I have filmed something every day in December. I just haven't managed to get any one complete video out of it. So we've got some things in to do, but you know, life gets in the way sometimes. By way of updates for everyone, so I don't know why I'm pointing up there, because it's 1, not in frame, and 2, the lights are off. But my discus breeding project the parents are cannibals. They've eaten their children. I kind of knew it was coming. So they've laid again, and I missed it. So I came, as I was leaving, because I work down here during the day, normal times, and as I was leaving for the evening, I thought, oh, that looks like they're cleaning that cone again. I hope they don't lay eggs on the cone again. Next morning, eggs on the cone, no more fry. So it's kind of a standard that if they lay again, they get rid of the current batch. They don't raise 2 batches at once, basically. So one of the batches has to go. I'm not overly disappointed because it is one of the natural stages of they're figuring themselves out what to do. I'm happy that we got to free swimmers. I'm happy we got to the free swimmers feeding freely, both off the parent slime coat and off the brine shrimp. So progress has been made. It's now I'm going to give them a few more tries at that to see if they learn their lesson and don't try and lay again while the fry are still so young. Otherwise, we might have to intervene, and it'll make for an interesting video, but I don't think it makes for the best scenario to raise the fry. So if I see that again, I need to catch them cleaning the cone, getting ready to lay again, and then remove the fry and artificially raise the fry, which just makes things, that one thing, extra hard. So it is what it is, but as by way of an update, because I couldn't get the video out, because I couldn't manage to finish filming it, that's what's going on with the discus. What else have people been asking me about? The pufferfish is doing well. I was asked, should we be naming the pufferfish? And I don't know. It's one of those things where naming them just, it's like an invitation to touch wood. It's an invitation to kill it. So as soon as I give it a name and start to love it, it'll be like, yeah, I'm going to die now. Bye. Like, God damn it. So we might wait until he's a little bit bigger and moved into his forever home before we do that. God, there's been all kinds of stuff going on. Folk have been asking me about the goldfish, so I might have to shoot a video about the goldfish, because it's been a month or so where we've had the goldfish from the pond fry in the big tank in the hall upstairs in the main house, as well as in a couple of tanks down here, so we might be able to see some differences in sizes and things like that. So yeah, things have been happening. I've also got somewhere, bear with me. Talked about some mega tank jobs that I was planning to do. So I have finally got in some of the plumbing supplies that I needed to finish that. So the main thing I want to do is attack the plumbing and how it goes into the sump and make sure I have more options, because at the moment it just can't handle a power cut. And if I want to do any work and drop the water level a bit, the sump just can't handle it. So I want to be able to keep the water in mega tank. So I need more stop valves. I've got a couple more elbows to make things tidied up a bit, some more PVC adhesive, and that's a job that comes as well. We've also got a slight leak, but let's not dwell on that. So that might be a video where we sort all those little problems out. I'm even considering upgrading the sump for mega tank, or different types of filters, and just adding lots of filters, because it's a big tank with big fish with big poops. It can handle that kind of thing. So we've got that going on as well. And I think that's about a rundown of everything that's going on. My server is still sat next to me because the bastards that I bought the RAM off still haven't sent it to me. So that's waiting to be upgraded. And there you go. Everything's done. Right. Cheers. See you, everyone. Bye. I shall now catch up on the thousands of messages that I've missed while I've been waffling. Christmas danglers. Yes, I'll be wearing my beard baubles. Maybe shall I wear my beard baubles? I think I saw them the other day in the decorations box. Yeah, so whoever wins the quiz tonight, normally you get to pick next week's specialist subject, but next week's specialist subject has been pre-picked. It is going to be Christmas. Yes, Christmas, sorry. I keep going to like work meetings and things where they say, oh, well, I hope everyone has a happy time off. It's Christmas. Yes, but it's not Christmas for everyone. No, it is. It's Christmas for everyone. It's just not everyone celebrates Christmas. And that's why we have the time off. So call it happy holidays, call it happy non-denominational faith break, whatever you want. Still Christmas. Sorry. Bah, humbug. Holiday surprises. I have Halloween appropriate clothing, but I guess at least Christmas Eve was associated with ghost stories. There is that, yes. Oh, I'm going to do a poll at some point. Largely to settle an argument. Is Die Hard a Christmas film? I'm just going to leave that there. We'll do the poll in another minute because I know people will be like, what? People seem to have very, very strong feelings about this. Only Oscars, nice to see you. X-Men was 80s. I think X-Men was, well, definitely, but I forgot how to speak momentarily there. But there are no questions in the X-Men. Sorry to give that away. My new jingle might be, oh, my Christmas balls. I don't know about that. Jingling. New quiz for Rebecca. Peppa Pig questions. Well, Peppa Pig isn't... That's hard to say. Peppa Pig isn't the 80s, so no Peppa Pig questions either. I think the aquarium hobby is still in a low, so not many people or more new enthusiastic people. I don't know what that's an answer to. Sorry. It's probably me asking a question and then forgetting about it for ages. Not many new people, yes. So, in terms of viewers. Exactly. It is... I find that summer is the low point for aquarium stuff. And some of the retailers I've spoken to have said similar. Yeah, summer, because people can go out into nature and see nature. It's when you get to the winter, so late autumn, winter, early spring, when it's still a bit horrible outside, a bit nippy, a bit cold. People don't want to go out into nature. Having a little box of nature in your house that you can enjoy, it gets a little bit more attention, so people are more into it during the winter. I don't know how true it is, but anecdotally, lots of people have said that kind of thing. Teletubbies. Oh, yeah. I have no Teletubbies questions either, but I that wasn't the 80s though, was it? That was the 90s, surely, or 2000s. Evening all, hope everyone's doing okay. Don't forget to hit that like button, says Scott. No drinking for this week due to being on antibiotics, but we'll still be joining in on the quiz. I hope you're feeling better. A shame you can't drink, but you know, get yourself better for Christmas so you don't lose it out there. Better than I was, but hospital put me on antibiotics for a week. On top of that, I'm taking ibuprofen for chest pain. Other than that, I'm good. But at home, good. That's what we like to see. Power cuts is why I'd love to go home to Scotland. Hardly ever gets power cuts. To be fair, I don't really get power cuts very often. It's they're few and far between. I have one dodgy circuit in the house, but it doesn't affect the fish room. What I do get is, it's my old Felix. Is it my old Felix? Am I lying? One of my Felix Smart Fishes, the Smart Aquarium controller, is attached to that tank. And it drops Wi-Fi signal every now and again. And sometimes to get it to come back online, I have to do a hard reset, which is turn it off. And then when I turn it off and the pump's connected, if I don't unplug the pump, find another live socket to plug it back in again, it drains and overflows the sump, and it's just a whole big mess. So it's a bit of a faff. Yeah, it's just a bit of a faff. The sump isn't quite big enough, and it doesn't let me separate the two. So that I've always meant to do it. I just didn't have enough ball valves at the time. Now I've finally done that, then they finally arrived. It's a wee job I can get out of the way. I'm in one of those moods of, right, let's do the jobs. Like my finally fixing the support surrounds stuff the other week, which everyone was very upset about. Everyone's very, very insistent that they tell me everything they know about products like no more nails. Glue exists, you idiot. That must be the top comment on the short, at least, if not the big video, of me swinging a hammer next to the fish tank. I was fairly confident that I wasn't going to do any damage, and did know it might get a little bit of controversy going if I I thought it would make a good thumbnail, and then I just didn't make a good thumbnail. If it was me standing next to Mega Tank with a hammer going, ah, but then forgot all about that part of it. So I do know glue exists. I also know that the nails would have been fine too. And glue, I don't have any clamps big enough because it would have been awkward to clamp. So it was fine. It was fine. I prefer Christmas. It sounds pretty. I prefer Christmas as well. Holidays is American. Well, it's made it over here as well now. I think it's everyone trying to be respectful of other cultures that don't celebrate Christmas. And I totally get that. But that doesn't... It seems like we're getting rid of Christmas when we do it like that. Well, no, it is the Christmas holidays. Everyone, whether you like Christmas... I am not a Christian. I do not go to church. I'm not on board with any of the religious connotations to Christmas, but it's still Christmas. I understand that it is a religious ceremony, or that's how it started. I just don't want to stomp my feet and go, we can't call it this anymore. Oh, surprise, surprise. Rebecca has not seen Die Hard. How can you not have seen Die Hard? I'm almost speechless. Sorry, that's completely thrown me. I didn't think anyone couldn't have seen it. It's on every year. It's really hard to miss it. It was one of the most famous films ever. So many cultural references in it. When you have the holidays, watch Die Hard. It will be on the telly. You don't have to try hard to seek it out or anything. I'm almost tempted to make some kind of proclamation saying no more videos, no more Aquarium Adventures videos until we get a freshwater ichthyology video review of Die Hard and what your true thoughts of Die Hard are. We can stick it on my second channel so it doesn't upset anyone, or something like that. But I tried all these minging beers until I found one I liked. Now, we've mentioned all these old films. This might be one you like. Worth a go. For such an old film as well. Stacks up. Give a thumbs up to show you are having fun, Fish Fam. Yes, Fish Fam. Do give a thumbs up. That would be nice. How many have we got here? We've got, what? 45 concurrent viewers or something like that. And only 18 likes. It's free. Come on, people. It's the time of giving to your fellow man. Just give me a wee like. That's all we need. You can give me a super chat as well if you want, or subscribe. Totally fine. But a like. Go on. Go on. Almost home. Nabokov says, unexpected awesome happened on the way home. Oh, that sounds interesting. Is Rebecca a Christmas vampire? A slight leak, you say. What a coincidence. Found out my plexiglass aquarium leak, says Hans. Yeah, I mean, I think the last time it was a while ago, last time it developed a leak, I kind of resigned myself to, this is something that's just going to require a little bit of ongoing maintenance. I don't think it's to do with any of the products that I built or the approach to the build. So like the engineering behind it was all fine. It was my ineptitude as a joiner that's caused the problems. So yeah, it is totally my fault, and I'm fine with that. And I think this one little thing, I can kind of see why it's going or why it's happened, and it's not a lot. It's tiny. And I think it'll be pretty easy to sort out, so we should be good. Scott hasn't seen it either. What? How busy can you be to never make time to watch Die Hard? Definitely a Christmas film, says Tim Riptile. Yippee-ki-yay, Kimo-sabi. That's the PG version. Robert Kerr says hi from... Yes, he's upstairs. The parental units are visiting. The beer is good, yes. That's why I've only got 2 cans of it, because he had the other 2. Die Hard and the first Lethal Weapon are the best Crimble films. Right, so this is something I wasn't aware of and didn't know about. Lethal Weapon, the year before Die Hard, it was only a year before, and apparently has twice as many Christmas references in it as Die Hard does. And I never hear anyone talking about Lethal Weapon being a Christmas movie. Now, I maintain this is because Die Hard was shot on... so they're both in LA, weren't they? So, but Die Hard was shot kind of inside. Is that mostly inside? And the second Die Hard was full of snow. So, if you think of the Die Hard ecosystem, you picture Santa, sleigh bells, and snow. Whereas Lethal Weapon, you picture beaches, and that's just not Christmassy. Might be that, who knows? The cost of aquariums right now, now I suppose that was meant to be, and fish prices are silly. Yeah, we went for a wander last weekend and just happened to sway by the Maidenhead Aquatics in Sheffield. Totally not just to use their car park. But while we were there, I went in and saw this little boy. Can you see? Humphrey 2.0, anyone? 120 quid. So I don't know if he's still there after Christmas. You're coming home with me. Die Hard is a Christmas film, so are Iron Man 3. Yep, that was another one that came up on the Christmas films that aren't very Christmassy. LA Confidential, Lunkus Goodnight, Gremlins, definitely a Christmas film. Edward Scissorhands, yep. Eyes Wide Shut, didn't know about that one really. I've seen it, but that never struck me as a Christmas film. Batman Returns, no. 12 Monkeys, I didn't think that was a Christmas film. An Enemy of the State, nor that. So, let me find my chat. We want a poll. This is purely to settle an argument at work. Start poll. If you don't know or have no opinion at all, don't just screw the poll for me by saying it's not a Christmas film. I am representing the side that it is a Christmas film. But come Monday, if I can go, look, I polled whatever many, 51 people on Friday night, and 70% of them said Die Hard was a Christmas film. But you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me know. Andrew prefers the Wombles. I was brought up on the Wimbledon, maybe that's why I'm a nutter. What Wimbledon Common? Underground, overground, and all that kind of stuff. Broken ribs. Oh dear, who's got broken ribs? Have I missed something? Oh, is that Scott? If the pain doesn't go by Monday, I'm calling them back because I'm concerned with the pain being on the left side, although they say it's just because of the coughing. Yeah, broken ribs aren't easy to detect, but they're easy to feel. You kind of know about it if you've got them. Home Alone, says Susan, and Miracle on 34th Street for Christmas. Both very Christmassy. Simon, nice to see you. As Juggler says, you've missed Graham singing your praises at your choice of specialist subject. Yes, when we get onto the quiz at 10 p.m. tonight, I'm very happy with this. It took me down memory lane, where I got to relive some of my youth and remember some. So this is a bit embarrassing, but I forgot to turn my mic off at the end of last week. And I was on one of the web pages where we were looking at some of the cartoons while we were on stream, and I think I sang the entirety of the Fraggle Rock theme tune over my outro. Not my finest moment, but I found myself today going, I remember that theme tune. That was an ace theme tune, and it reminded me of something I hadn't thought about for maybe 30 years. That I remember every time I heard the theme tune, being like that. It's that program. never really almost that much into the program, but it was bonkers. It was completely bonkers, and the theme tune was ace. And as soon as I heard it today, I've not been able to get it out of my mind. It was very good. Don't you mean Scooby Does Christmas? I remember suffering through your TV choices. Is that to Susan rather than me? Yeah. What do ball valves do for the sump? Well, this is more about return and overflow to and from the sump. So coming from mega tank into the sump, the water comes out of 2 overflows and goes through these 40mm pipes. I want to be able to say no. So if I say I'm going to do some maintenance, I'm turning off the sump, I want to be able to go, right, that's it, no more water coming out of there. I've only got 1 pipe with one of these on it. I just didn't order enough at the time. So I want to be able to completely close all of them off and open them up as I want. And then I've got 2 smaller ones, because I have the returns from the sump back to mega tank through these 25mm. Because as soon as I turn off the pump, even though the water's meant to be going this way back into the sump, as soon as there's no pressure with the pump off, it starts to come back out that way through the siphon. So I need 2 on there as well. I could probably get away with 1 and just merge the pipes together, but they weren't that expensive, so I just bought 2. So that's what that's for. And that way I can just turn off the pump, turn off all the valves. Nothing's going to overflow and drain away or do anything. It's just be as it is. I can do whatever it is I want to get in and do, and then turn everything back on again, flick the switch, and away we go. Now, I realise I'm going to make a 10-minute video out of me doing this, and you'll probably see that and go, well, I'm not going to watch that because you just explained it in 30 seconds. So I'll need to think of something else to put in there so it's a mildly interesting video. They stop the water draining and it can use to control the flow and balance it out. Yes, yeah, that as well. So that's a really good point actually for proper sumps. So I'm in my fish room. I don't really care about noise and things. There's bubbling going on all the time. There's sloshing of water. But I lucked onto a setting with Mega Tank that the 25mm returns, the 40mm overflows, and almost fully open tank that created a siphon, got my water to the right level, and it's practically silent. But a lot of people, when they have sumps, first setting them up, you're like, oh yes, it's great, I've got the best filtration going, I can't think of anything better, and then they turn it on and it's going and you're like, what the heck, oh god, that's in my living room, man, I can't put up with that. You need to get yourself something like this. Now, this isn't the best. These don't give you fine control, so you can see through there. They give you okay control over flow rates and things like that, but they're quite stiff. They're not very granular. The proper way to do it is with a gate valve, which is like you can screw it down and it does very deliberate, concise movements. That allows you to get there. But the general principle is you want to create a full siphon. You want to return the water in the sump under the water, so don't let it crash on top of the water. And if you can maintain that, that's great. Where people get into problems is to do that, they end up putting more water into the system. That means the system can't handle it if you switch something off. So you end up putting more water in just so as you can get the water level in the display tank high enough so as it will return with a full siphon. And then if you turn it off, there's too much there. Overflows, disaster. So there's a little bit of messing about, let's say. The Wombles had a Christmas song. Did they? Brian says he might win tonight because he used to be an animation fan, but it depends on Graham's weird choices. I'll have you know mine are all perfectly straightforward and normal, mostly. Is this another non-Die-Hard watching person? Right, everyone, your homework. Forget all this subscribe to me nonsense. Go and watch Die Hard. What is wrong with you people? In fact, turn off now. Go away and go and watch Die Hard. You've annoyed me now by not having seen Die Hard. I'd be happy if you didn't like it, but how you get through life without avoiding seeing Die Hard? Poll results: 67% of people say that Die Hard is a Christmas film. So if you're watching, Paul, put that in your pipe and smoke it. I know you watch these every now and again, but there we go. I'm confused by Rebecca's brain and choice of films. Die Hard, one of the best Christmas... Exactly, along with Gremlins. I mean, it took me a while, because when I saw Gremlins, I was a kid. I was a little kid, and it didn't occur to me that it was a Christmas film, because it was, scary Gremlins. But yeah, now rewatching it later, the argument is that with Die Hard, I'm going to go on about Die Hard all bloody night now at this rate. The naysayers are like, no, Die Hard's not a Christmas film. It's an action film that happens to be set at Christmas. All Christmas films are a film that happens to be set at Christmas. Love Actually is a Christmas film, but it's a love story set at Christmas. Name one Christmas film that's about Christmas. None of them. They just happen to be set at Christmas and use the magic of Christmas to fall in love, to do a thing. John McClane, happy to use the magic of Christmas to defeat a terrorist organisation. Where's the difference? Die Hard 2 is a Christmas film too. Yes. It looks too much action, a bit of an age. Seen Kill Bill, and that's a similar... Oh. No. Just no. There's 5 Die Hard... Yeah, I'm not defending the Die Hard franchise. They drop off quickly. Or 6, yeah. I think there might be 6 now. They're not all great. When he starts using... I think the one where... I can't remember which one it is, but the one where he brings down a helicopter by essentially throwing a car at it. I'm a bit like, that's a bit far-fetched now. Come on. Kill Bill's about 15-20 years newer than Die Hard. And completely different in terms of concepts and things like that. Right, I'm going to catch up a little bit. There's multiple people haven't seen Die Hard here. I don't know how to poll for that. Christmas to me, says Rebecca, is Narnia. Like The Lion, the Witch and Wardrobe and all that kind of stuff. I tried rewatching the BBC Narnia, but it's not as up to date as I thought. Well, I mean, it's older than Die Hard, the book. There's 5, is there? 5, fine. 5 Die Hards. They get slightly worse each time. First one, excellent. Second one, excellent. Third one, fine. Fourth one, fifth one, it's not Christmas till The Towering Inferno is on TV. Is that Christmassy? I can't even think. I made time for Doctor Who. Oh, there's a new Doctor Who, isn't there? I've never really got into Doctor Who. I don't really get it. I loosely follow along, but I can't think I've ever watched a whole episode. Die Hard, there's only 5 films. Doctor Who, there's like decades worth of bloody Doctor Who's. A lot of time for Doctor Who. As my family did a pre-episode review hour, then a post-episode 2 hour. God. Dangerous Dan hasn't seen Die Hard either. Lots of Doctor Who chat. Yeah, I heard good things about the Doctor Who, but again, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. That is a nice fish. He has an innocent look. Yeah, that's what draws you in, though. Humphrey had a nice look about him until he started chewing my fingers off. Right, so we've practically caught up yet. Oh, we have a question. Hi Graham, advice please. I have a 5-foot 450 litre tank with 8 adult discus, 4 geophagus and 6 Congo tetras along with 10 plex and some cories. The filter is an FX2. Am I at max level as I want 4 more discus? I mean, an FX2 is pushing it, I would say, but I think you could probably accommodate 4 more discus. 10 plex is the bit that's worrying me there. Do we mean 10 ancestris, like bristlenose plex, or 10 common plecos? Because then they are very different answers. So the difference in tank size between wanting 8 adult discus and 12 adult discus isn't all that much. I know people trot out the rules about, well, you want 50 litres for the first one and then 40 litres for everyone after this. It's impossible to do it like that. With adequate filtration and husbandry, anything's possible within reason. A 5-foot 450 litre tank is a decent size. It's a good tank. You could easily accommodate 12 discus in there. Now, the fact that you've got 4 geophagus, okay, that might be the equivalent of 2 or 3 discus. And the 6 Congo tetras, they're kind of immaterial. It's the 10 plex that's the big ask, really. Some ball valves are extremely... Yeah, as I was trying to demonstrate, I went, I'm so weak. So this one needs a little bit of... Right, to close this poll, 81% of my viewers have seen Die Hard. Thank God. Some of you aren't. I'm not completely surrounded by weirdos. I shouldn't be insulting my audience. Thank you, everyone. And for those of you who haven't seen it, homework. You can't get through life without having seen it. You don't have to like it. You just have to see it. End of story. Done. End poll. That's what I meant. Quiz time. So we're 15 minutes away from doing the quiz. As said, this is the week where Juggler wins the Aqua Sky light. No, there might be a chance. I haven't done all the totting up. The only people that have totted up so far, and I might have just broke the light. I've only totted up half a dozen people or so because I got distracted by flashing lights. So Juggler, Shadow, Purple Burglar Alarm, Tom Highfinger, Mediocre Bowl, a couple others. There are chances. Slavin, Shelley, SJH, you've all got chances, so we'll see how we get on. I haven't totted them up, so we'll see. And tonight we decide who wins, and whoever wins tonight will get a calendar as well. A wee extra one. What was I doing? I've lost. It's right in front of me. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Bear with me. I'm going to put the link to the quiz in now. Have you all join the link, wait for it to crash, and then we can do it again and it'll work properly. Because that's what it does every week. So I'm not sure if we need to get a certain level of people to make it crash. So I appreciate this is a bit of a pain making you join, kicking you out and making you join again. Oh, it's Christmassy music this time. Copy join link, paste join link if you want to play. We'll be kicking off in about 10 minutes or so. That's the link. I'll see you coming in. Turn down the audio. Just like to say, if I stop chatting, Susan has knocked me out. Shall we call the authorities if you don't post a message every 5 minutes, something like that? Swedish TV shows Die Hard nearly... No, I added the word nearly there. Swedish TV shows Die Hard every New Year's Eve, and the original subtext was legendary as they translated the mother part to Swedish. Read the video. Don't worry, Graham. You'll probably break something, and the resulting flood will be your biggest vid of the year. I live in hope. It's a 5 foot 450 litre, and they are lemon bristlenose eye bread. Right, so that's better. Yeah, doable. It's working on a sump. Only Oscars says trying to balance the thing. I'll watch any and all sump videos I can find. Yeah, I have a sump video, but I can't remember if I talk about balancing it in there. But the key for me was you have to think about it as one big system. So whenever you add some water to the sump to do something, that's also you're adding it to the entire system, and it takes a while for it to balance. So, for instance, if you do a water change and you get all your levels that you're happy with, you turn it back on, it will gurgle for 5 minutes until it finds its level and settles. So quite often when you're trying to dial it in and making the smallest of changes, and you're like, oh, that's made it worse, wait 10 minutes, because it needs to reseat and resettle, and then go, right, is that better or worse? And then try and remember where you went before and go the opposite way. And tiniest of movements can make the biggest of differences. One tip for me is overfill everything. So you have to be pretty confident that things are going to be okay. There's nothing going to overflow or anything. But overfilling the system to let it kind of almost pre-settle, and then using your valves to balance to get rid of the noise, and then you know that you've got the right flow rates, and the overflow matches the flow rates, the return, and that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to match the return of the sump pump into the main tank and the overflow into the sump. Once you get that right, then it's about finding the right level, water level in your sump. So you just bring it down to where you're happy with it, that it can accommodate everything turning off and not overflowing. I feel like I might be oversimplifying it, but that's what I mean. I've never found loud sumps. Internals, externals, yeah, because they can be loud as well. Rebecca says, I feel it's pretty full, particularly with the geophagus who are very fast feeders. So you need to feed more anyway. It's definitely very full with an FX2, so I would be thinking about that. Scott says, go and watch his video, and then you have valves for your valves. He's a fan of valves, or has shares in one of the companies that makes the valves. Bluekit is calling me a liar because it hasn't actually broken yet. We have 15 people. We might even get it to work on this one. Danny Aquatic says, I hope your mega tank is well. But hi from Victoria. Hi from Sheffield. Nice to see you. If Bruce Willis says it's not, it's not. No, I'm not having that. Bruce Willis is a mere actor. He doesn't get to decide. And he was just saying that to be awkward. Die Hard's a movie where there happens to be a Christmas hat in the background. Love Actually is about life, love, relationships, and what happens during the holidays with people. Right, so, and that scenario, nothing to do with Christmas, either of them. Die Hard has Christmas references throughout, Christmas trees, it's set at Christmas. All the bad guys make Christmas references. Christmas music plays throughout. The running theme, the musical theme throughout that is a Christmas song. It's just non-stop Christmas. You can't say Love Actually is a Christmas film and Die Hard isn't, because neither of them are about Christmas. They just happen at Christmas. So either both of them are Christmas films or none of them are Christmas films. The whole thing about, it's about life and love and all the good things that happen during Christmas. A good thing that happens during Christmas is foiling some terrorists. Am I wrong? No. I'm assuming that no one's saying anything. You're probably all going, of course you are, you idiot. But anyway, no. Christmas film. KJE Aquatics, nice to see you. I always have a tear in my eye at the end of The Railway Children. Scrooge. Yeah, Christmas Carol, that's basically a sci-fi film. It's about someone who sees ghosts. So is it a horror movie? It just happens to be at Christmas. Happens to be called Christmas Carol. Come on. Can we do a poll? Non-Die watchers, non-Die Hard watchers, non-Star Wars watchers. Yeah. I bet you've not seen... I'm sure we've done this already. KJE Keith says, I'll see you in the USA at the Clash next fall. Yes, indeed. For those that don't know, our very own Rebecca, I'm calling her our very own Rebecca. A long time turner upper at the live stream, Rebecca is all the way off to the good US of A to do the Keystone Clash, is it? So now you're famous and stuff and international. I'm claiming you as my own. Keith is one of the vendors. Yes. Adam says, just tell the young folks that never saw Die Hard, the bad guy is Professor Snape. Yeah. I loved Alan Rickman. He's a great actor. Brian's waiting for the second like. I don't think it's working. 5 minutes to go. I'm tempted to start it and stop it again to see if that breaks it. So it wasn't as predictable as I thought, so this is it. Sorry everyone that waited for the second link, but it looks like we're going to have to go with this one. Who took the fish? Purple burglar alarm stole Rebecca's fish. She's had to go with a giraffe. Ah, dear. Some people. Small face, let's get everything lined up, because we're not lined up. Move that over a wee bit there. Move that up a wee bit there. Move that up a wee bit there. Question, says Brian, can you make a layman's video on resealing a second hand? Not saying you're bad at DIY. I got one of them as well. There's two ways. There's the proper way and there's my way. My video is my way. And essentially scrape out as much of the old silicone as you can, reapply new silicone. The proper way is take it apart and scrape off all the silicone and then put on new silicone. But my way has worked for me every time I've tried it, so I'm happy for it. They both aren't. You're in the camp of we will never agree about this. Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. Of course it's a Christmas film. That's what he writes on his chest. Giraffe is Kirin in Japanese, and Kirin is my favourite unicorn. And Kirin is a Japanese beer. Who knew? Right, are we all in? Got 3 minutes to go, but you know, I'm getting itchy trigger finger. Finger. Is it just me, or is there a ghost feed that keeps popping up in the stream? No, it's not just you. It's my cheap capture card. I paid all of £17 for my HDMI capture card. That's why it keeps doing that. One day, when I get to 20,000 subscribers, I'll buy myself an expensive one. Daniel Edwards, evening from Anglesey, cold and wet. Evening from Sheffield, cold and dry. It's gone. We knew it would happen. Maybe it's just at 10 o'clock this website does a backup or something. Right, Rebecca, get on your trigger finger. I'm about to start the quiz again. If you want to get the fish, now's your time. 3, 2, 1. Oh no, that's not the one that I need to count in. Right, cross your fingers, everyone. Classic, host, Crimble music, random question order. Fastest finger first. So, rules for everyone. These are multiple choice questions. Each has 4 possible answers. Only one is correct, usually, sometimes 2. You never know. Whoever answers correctly will get points. The faster you answer correctly, the more points you get. Points are counted up towards the total at the end, and whoever's got the most points wins. And this week, they win a calendar. And if you beat Juggler, you win a big light. And if you don't win a calendar, you can still buy one. Yeah, everyone's been kicked out, Brian. It happened. Woo! Tradition holds true. So it should be fine from now on, hopefully. And it's broke. Yeah. Keith says, I lived in Japan for a while a long time ago. I've always fancied going to Japan. As does Rebecca, by the sounds of it. Always fancied going. Hope to go for the first time in March or next March. Everyone who beats me gets a light. No. 1 light. Oh, I've not copied the link, have I? Sorry, everyone. How have you lot joined then without the link? Some of you have been super clever about this. There you go. There's the link. Sorry. And someone's already taken the fish. Oh no! Sorry, Rebecca. I tried. Juggler says he's open to taking PayPal donations to get answers wrong on purpose. Now, if someone was a hacker, I'm sure you could reverse engineer some kind of IP lookup to inputs come kind of slow down on his internet, you know. Yeah, if you type the number at the top of the screen, that's how you get in. I'm stupid. I figured it out. Or as Steven says, we manually typed in the game ID like savages. I'm so sorry. Dangerous Dan, are you in? Yep, JC Van Dan McGrew's in. Oh, there's no Jean-Claude Van Damme questions this week. I got so carried away with the 80s cartoon questions. Graham, it's the pups' birthday yesterday. They were 4. They love the stream. Thank you, pups. They wanted you to sing for them in a poodle. What? They wanted me to sing for them in poodle if you can. I don't know how to sing in poodle. No. Hello, Zoe and Buddy. Congratulations on making it 4 years. Happy birthday to you. I have cheese cooking in the air fryer anyway. Well, I'm happy to be. Play second fiddle to cheese, you know. Right, are we ready, people? I think we're there. 21 people, that's a good number. I think we're about ready to go. Good luck, everybody. And I'm clicking start now. Who was the arch nemesis of Danger Mouse? Was it Roland Rat, Count Duckula, Baron Greenback, or Penfold? So I realise some of these might be UK only, or only relevant in the UK, but lots of them were made by Japanese houses and shipped worldwide. So, you know, 'tis what it is. Just guess if you don't know. It was, of course, Baron Greenback. I thought it was Baron von Greenback, but apparently not. Timbo in under 3 seconds. Nice to see it. What is Danger Mouse about, says Rebecca. Danger Mouse was basically a spy, but also a mouse. Fish question. What is the largest known cyprinid fish? Is it a giant barb, a common carp, a bala shark, or a zebra danio? Roland Rat was a TV presenter. It's the giant barb. I thought I'd get a few of you with that one. Gets to almost 3 meters. I'm sure it has a proper scientific name and I cannot remember what it is. How many inches are in a yard? 3, 36, 12, or 1,760? It's 36. JC Van Dan. Someone who clearly measures in inches and yards. Which street did Banana Man live on? Now, if you watched last week, you should know this. Is it Acacia Road, Platano Street, Normal Crescent, or Peel Avenue? Banana Man. It was a young boy called Eric, and every time he ate a banana, he turned into Banana Man. And he lived at 29 Acacia Road. As Timbo, Juggler, and Purple Burglar Alarm will all confirm. It's kicked me and I'm sat waiting for host. Oh dear. I don't know what to do about that. Sorry. How long was Liz Truss Prime Minister of the UK? Was it 28 days, 136 days, 49 days, or 112 days? As you can see, it wasn't a long time. I don't know what to do about the kick by host thing. Let me see if I can move that over there. No, because it doesn't even say anything. Which country's flag is this? Is it Sudan, Australia, India, or Spain? It is India. Well done, 17 people. Juggler's making his way back up to the top, but beaten by the real juggler. Who was the main character of Thundercats? Thunder, 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 Thundercats! Was it, these are all Thundercats characters, was it Snarf, Lino, Chitara, or Panthero? It might have even been Pantero. Might have added a spurious H in there. It was, of course, Lino. Liam Neeson, Nabo. Oh, you got it quick. What is the fifth planet from the Sun? Saturn, Mars, Mercury, or Jupiter? It is, of course, Jupiter. Stevie P. It's quite the range of correct answerers. What is the most consumed by humans fish on Earth? Is it cod, pollock, tuna, or salmon? It is, of course, tuna. Tuna fish, as our Americans say. Hans Gruber. Which of these is not a Wacky Races character? Mick Dastardly, Professor Pat Pending, the Hooded Claw, or the Slag Brothers? This is a little bit of a naughty one by me. Mick Dastardly, Professor Pat Pending, the Hooded Claw, or the Slag Brothers? Clue, the last three are all actual characters. Of course it was Mick Dastardly, because it was Dick Dastardly that was the actual character name. Hans gets that one. I think they feel juggler. Sorry. That's not fair. Ulysses 31 had arguably the best theme tune to any cartoon, as well as the most bonkers premise. But when was it set? The 21st century, the 51st century, the 31st century, or the 41st century? Now, if you've never heard of this, just go and search up on YouTube, Ulysses 31 theme tune. People have remixed this and mixed it in with the Bee Gees and all kinds of things. It's great. It was the 31st century. And the clue was in the name. Well done. I don't try and make them all hard. Who's this? General Gimp, Captain Caveman, Sergeant Serious, or Private Prehistoric? I really want to do his catchphrase, but I'll wait until a few of you got it. Captain Caveman! It's Captain Caveman, of course. Everybody got it right. Well done. That was a universal question. Well done, us. Hands well done the most. The pH level is often monitored in aquariums, but what does pH mean? Neutral hardness, proton hyperscale, proper hardness, or potential of hydrogen? I prefer the Captain Caveman question myself, but you know, got to keep it fishy somehow. The who what is my favourite type of question. It's potential of hydrogen. That's why the P is small and the H is big. Oh, Juggler straight back into the lead. Could be 3 out of 3 for Juggler here. Where are the cyprinid family of fish not natively found? Africa, South America, North America, or Europe? That's 2 cyprinid questions we've had tonight. I did not realise that. I've obviously spent too long on this cyprinid fish Wikipedia page. South America, not natively found in South America. It's me. You made it. Well done. Three-quarters of the way through. Terrahawks was set in the future just after Earth was attacked by space monsters, but when? What year was it set? Was it the year 2100? Was it 2020? Was it 1995? Or was it 2222? Give you a clue, it was in the past. Looking at it from today. Terrahawks. Terrifying. This week I have watched some of these, and they are not at all what you remember. It was the year 2020. So it was a few years ago that all the shit that was happening in Terrahawks actually happened. It's crazy. Oh, Nabo making a charge, a late charge. We've got a few questions left. What was He-Man's pet tiger Battle Cat called when he was not transformed by the power of Grayskull? So, in non-Battle Cat guise, was he Whiskers, Scaredy Cat, Wet Wipe, or Cringer? I had this action figure. I had Battle Cat and He-Man, because you had to get a separate, different He-Man that fit on Battle Cat. It was, of course, Cringer, because he was a big scared cat. Purple burglar. Well done. Juggler's pulling away again. 3 questions left. Dance your cares away, worries for another day, let music play, is the opening of the theme to what? If you hung around at the end of last week's live stream, you'll know this because I sang it, not realising my mic was still on. Cabbage Patch Kids, Fraggle Rock, Scooby-Doo, or Transformers? It was, of course, Fraggle Rock. Do you know who Omega Supreme is? Is that a bit like Optimus Prime? No. Sorry. What sport are you playing where you might encounter a shank, an albatross, a hook, and a fade? Snooker, sailing, golf, or badminton? Fish Tank Frank wants to punch everyone. I think that's what that means. It is, of course, golf. He's broken the 300 mark. Who, aided by Penny and Brain, often foiled Dr. Claw in the schemes of Mad? I'll get you next time. This person. Was it Inspector Gadget, Postman Pat, Pingu, or Scooby-Doo? It's from Transformers Energon. He was the massive bot that was linking with Optimus. I knew it was a fist pound, sorry. I was just joking. It was, of course, Inspector Gadget. Etc. I've had such fun this week watching all these old cartoons. Last question. When knitting, if you were to knit one, purl one, what have you made? A rib, a decrease, a cable, or a stocking? Which I'm assured are all stitches. Bet you never thought you were going to get a knitting question this week. I was not expecting almost half of you to get that right. Knit lovers unite. Timbo, third place. Hans Gruber, second place. But who doubted it for a second? Juggler with 347 points. That means we don't even need to go back to tally up or tot up who got what, because you've won every week for the last 3 weeks. So another round of applause for Juggler. Well done. It's on its way. Very slowly when I finally get around to taking it to the post office. I'll try and send it next week, but what with Christmas post, I don't know when that'll get there. But, you know, I'm good for it, honest, I will send it. You can come and join us on Discord if you don't believe me and make sure that I do actually send it off to him. Simon won last week, did he? Okay, maybe we do have to go back to the... Oh yeah, he did, but only by 10 points, and you beat him by almost 70 points the week before that. So, I will go and double check all that, but I think we know you did win. One more round of applause. We bow down to the Juggler. We do. He's definitely the best quizzer here. So, next week, you can't win. So, next week, everyone, come along, knowing that you're going to have knowing that you're going to have a chance to beat the all-powerful Juggler, because he's not allowed to win. You can still play. You can still play next week. And if you do win next week, I'll give you first dibs at calendar distribution. So, you can give a calendar out to someone on your behalf, because I know you've already got one, so that's fine. How did everyone else do? Let's go and have a wee look at the report. 50% got the questions right. That's not bad. I know that doesn't sound good, but that's better than my usual. I think when I'm making the questions, I think, oh, that's too easy, I'll not put that, and think, oh, this one's a little challenging and it's just too hard. So I apologise for that. But, you know, I thought the knitting one might be a hard one, and you all got that. So, well done, everyone. Oh, look at that percentage, though. 80% correct. Are you sure you're not like my dad, who was sat next to me when I made this quiz? This all legit and above board. I'm not being scammed here, am I? I don't have a bloody... all these knives and bottle openers, and you can never find one. When you go, there we go. 80% is impressive, and you're still complaining about the Mick Dastardly question. Oh no, that's Scott. Sorry. That's it. There was no Scooby-Doo in there. So I'm leaving in a huff. Even more so, the dyslexic excluding question of bloody Mick Dastardly. Oh, I feel bad now. Oh, I thought it would be too easy if I didn't do that. How did you do otherwise? I thought it would be too easy to put in Scooby-Doo because we talked about Scooby-Doo a lot last week. I can't see you anywhere, Scott. Oh, you're away down here, Scott. That one question didn't cost you too much. Too quick at the old Google? He must be very quick at the old Google because a lot of those were answered in less than 3 seconds. So unless he's got like some kind of AI bot listening to my voice read out the questions, but he can't do because there's a delay. Use that. Oh, we've been disconnected. What's happened? Are we still live? I don't know if I'm here or not because it's not working. I'm back. I'm back apparently. Good. Sorry about that. I don't know where we got to. Point of order. Why the knitting questions? Because my mum's here. That's basically. I asked her for questions and she gave me a knitting question. And I like to mix things up. We talked about knitting the other week. What is next week's theme? Next week we're doing Christmas. That's a predetermined theme. For the Christmas live stream, we're doing Christmas questions. Then the week after that is year in review, I think. So yeah, probably what I'm going to do is Christmas, and then I'm going to get all egotistical. What did I just say? Egotistical, and do an Aquarium Adventures quiz to do the year in review. Ask about old videos, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll start afresh in January with... I think I'm going to stick to the whole... We'll do a month worth of quizzes and tot up the points. I just need to get better at recording them. So if anybody wants a job at recording all the quiz points, applications at Discord. And then we can give away decent prizes like hoodies or t-shirts or whatever, rather than just a bag of fish food, that kind of stuff. So I think that works better. Let me know if you don't agree, but we will do that. Sorry. That makes me... I don't mean to laugh at your misfortune, but where was the Scooby-Doo? I feel like Scott has spent all week convalescing and going, I'm going to use this time wisely. I'm going to gen up on Scooby-Doo. I'm going to learn who all the bad guys were. I'm going to learn that if it wasn't for those pesky kids, they'd have got away with so much. And then I didn't ask one damn Scooby-Doo question. I'm really sorry. Oh dear. You still got the next... No, we're starting fresh in 2024. We'll keep the choose the theme thing, but we'll start with I'm going to choose the theme for the next one whenever it is free, but we'll see. No Thundercat. There was a Thundercats question. There was who's the main character from Thundercats? Does AI understand the Scottish accent? Well, yeah, that's another reason why it couldn't be. Talking of Scottish things, my final beer of this evening, because that's the only one I've got, is going to be this one. Innocent Gun, the original Scottish golden beer, matured for smoothness in a single malt whisky cask, by Master Brewers, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. Their signatures are on the bottle. It's a strong beer. Oh, 6.6%. It is a strong beer. Product of Scotland, contains barley. There we go. I'm going to drink it out of the bottle. For those interested, it has no smell. Or my nose is blocked. It's 50-50 at this point. It does have a taste. It does taste creamy. It doesn't look like it would taste, if that makes sense. It looks how it doesn't taste like one of the hazy ones I like, but it tastes creamy. And it looks crisp. That's a weird thing to say. Definitely nice. Evil testicles? Knitted underpants for Graham's Christmas. Amazon Research Centre for Ornamental Fishes. I feel like I have to take a big breath every time I say that. Welcome, Dr. Awesome. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Your arrival means I may as well shill more for the calendar. So, the calendar is still for sale. Sales have gone well. The first round of orders have been shipped, so hopefully they're on the way. Dr. Awesome, I'm going to ship one to you as well, I think. I'm going to try and do that. Still time to get one. If you have a loved one in your life who's like, oh God, my dad loves fish, or my Auntie Jean is right into fish tanks and calendars, perfect gift. If you order tonight and let me know, it's really important. I will send it ASAP to make sure you get it in time for Christmas so you can wrap it up for that special loved one. There's all kinds of things in here. It's even like a testimonial almost, or like a tribute. We've got Brian there in all his glory. March, April, that's all the months. May, another month. Some user submitted photos. He even has December, and look at that, good old Humphrey. So, if you want this limited edition, as in we've only got 50 of them, links in the description to my website. Go on the merch section of the shop and get yourself a copy. You will then be donating all profits. So this was made for free by Phil at Elite Logos for You. I took the photos, you took the photos, I edited the photos, uploaded them, we created it, all for free. It's being sent out, I covering the postage costs. So every penny that you pay for this will be donated to two causes, one of which is Dr. Awesome, the Amazon Research Centre for Ornamental Fishes. You can go and check out that channel. So the one that I'm looking at right here, that I've got on the screen, click that, go and check out their channel. You can see where some of that money might be spent and put towards some good causes. The other one is the Freshwater Life Project. Again, you can go and check out the Freshwater Life Project, see what they're raising money for and what they're doing with the money. Two good causes, I think. It's not going to be world-changing, earth-shattering amounts of money, but, you know, it's something. You can do something nice and get something nice. That's what I was going for. Juggler says, Scrappy-Doo was 80s. Scrappy-Doo was the 80s, as was Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo started a lot before the 80s. I think he might have been a 60s or even 70s. But he was still going in the 80s. A lot of those were 60s, 70s. Not what? No, I'm not having that. What was 60s and 70s? Some of them, all of them were on in the 80s. That was one of my, I was quite precise about my criteria. They had to be aired in the 80s. Some of them started before, went on after, but they were all on in the 80s. Scrappy-Doo kills Scooby-Doo, yeah. I think I'm the right age to be going, Scrappy-Doo. I remember that coming in. and when it came into the Scooby Dooby Doo and Scrappy too. Oh no, fuck off, Scrappy. God, we don't need you, Scrappy. Let me at him. Oh, just someone let him at him so he gets killed, and we never have to hear from Scrappy Doo again. Wait. What's the name again? This? Innocent Gun. Innis Gun. It's basically Tenants. Tenants is like it's the Carling of Scotland. That probably means nothing to you, as you don't live in either England or Scotland. Why? Wacky Races finished before the 70s were even a thing, and he still included Mick Bloody Dastardly. I love it when someone gets so upset about something. Oh, God, I can't even type now that you've said that. I hope I've not taken artistic license. So, Wacky Races were definitely on in the 60s. Wacky Races was in syndication from 1976 to 1982. So yes, it might have been aired originally in the late 60s, early 70s, but it was still in syndication in 1980s, and I saw it in syndication in 1980. So I'm taking that as a win. Looks like a cider. No, it's definitely a beer. It's very nice. You should try it if you get a chance, if you see it. Sometimes they have it in Morrison's down here. They usually have the green one. It's in a green can, in Asda and Morrison's and things like that, which is nice, but it's more of a lager. Whereas this one is definitely a more acquired taste. It's nice. Graham is enjoying it. Creamy liquid. The less sense about that, the better. Great looking calendar. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, just pointing out. Yeah, so that's a fair point. Some of these were first aired in the 80s. Some of them were still being aired in the 80s. I know you're messing about, but I like it. It's made me smile. If you like someone taking umbrage, I hate the fact that Brian the Fish is longer than me. What, longer than Brian Haig? Well, but I can't do much about that. Have I died again? Who's that? G, whoever you are. Sorry, I have to show this. So I got this message. Check out the Discord chat. And then this is the Discord chat. It's Banana Man. For all of you who didn't know Banana Man was a thing. So obviously this clearly only aired in the UK. But Banana Man was a little boy who every time he ate a banana turned into a superhero called Banana Man. And he would go around doing all kinds of things. Solving crimes, whatever it was. I'm here. I am still here. Wait till next week. There'll be questions about chocolate bunnies and eggs since they're on sale in shops right now. All questions next week will be about Die Hard, because that's the entirety of Christmas for me. That's all I care about. Some of the questions will be things like, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, correct? And if you click no, you don't get no points. IMDb says the last episode was released in 1969. The Carlsbad or Bust Bash Street, January 4th, 1969. So they were all replays in the 80s. Sorry, I take it back. Oh, that almost made me cry. I'm going to have to look at this link now. I hope it's not some kind of Trojan. You're not wrong. But like I said, Wikipedia, which is never wrong, I can't actually read it anymore because my eyes have watered to such a degree. As Wikipedia says, they were in syndication from 1976 to 1982. That counts. Oh, that's what I'm counting. Wiki is so true 100% of the time. Oh, a quiz about Supergran. I didn't even think about Supergran. I remember in primary school, you know, when sometimes you got split into groups. So we all had different tables where we'd sit at the tables of 6 of us, and there was 4 tables in a classroom. And our table was the Scunners group, because the Scunners was from Supergran. How Scottish can one person be? This is Supergran. Yeah, looks pretty Scottish. Supergran's a fictional series about a grandmother with superpowers. Initially a series of books written by Forrest Wilson, a children's television show was adapted by Jenny McDade and produced by Time Tease for Children's ITV. It was basically, so as it says here, the premise was that an elderly Granny Smith acquires superpowers when she's accidentally hit by a magic ray created by inventor Black. In the guise of Supergran, she protects the residents of the fictional town of Chiselton. Chiselton? I don't remember that. From villains such as Roderick Scunner Campbell. So we were the Scunners. Hang on, does that mean we were the bad guys? I don't remember that. It's put a whole new light on my childhood. I did think about this. While we're at it, Terrahawks wasn't a cartoon. See, that I'm willing to accept. Because it was a live action. It was like a Captain Marvel, he's indestructible, that kind of thing. But they did have a cartoon. Whether it was on in the 1980s, I'd have to look that up as well. Terrahawks wasn't a cartoon. Okay, I'll take that, but there may have been a Fraggle Rock cartoon. Yes, there was a Fraggle Rock cartoon. Again, that might have been in the 90s. But sorry. No way there were only that amount of episodes. Evening all, new sub from Aberdeen. Been busy enjoying your vids. Sorry about your loss. Oh, thank you very much. It's Mo. Oh, that's a tricky word. Is it Mo as in mow the lawn, or is it Mo as in if it was a C it'd be cow, so it's Mow. I bet Rebecca would need subtitles to watch Super Gran, a Scottish granny with Geordie kids. Yeah, they're from all over the place. That I never quite got that. It's like, what? Why is this happening? I think that was just to make the English kids able to understand it. Be able to understand it. Now, the syndication part means it's still being actively picked up. It's like, I can't remember what the name of it is now. So things can be in syndication, which just means other countries have the rights to show it, but it's still current. It's been, like Friends, for instance, that's in syndication for a while. That means other countries have the rights to show it, and they can show it for an amount of time. But when Friends is on now, like on Channel 5 in the Sunday afternoon or something like that, that's no longer in syndication. There's a different classification for it, so that doesn't count. So you couldn't say Friends is a 2023 because they played an episode of it. It's not part of a current schedule, whereas if it's in syndication, you can. Wikipedia said so. I know who did the Terrahawks theme tune, and the Terrahawks were Muppets. They were, but they made such a big impression on me. That was weird stuff. I watched the other day the first episode of the Terrahawks. My God. It's ridiculous. Mowat, opposite of mow the lawn. Strong Scottish name. Mowat. Mowat? Mowat. Opposite of mow. Mowat. Going to have to call a lawyer in. Does anyone know a good lawyer? There's a difference between syndication and replay. Syndication means rights to broadcast as... It's not a first play, it's like they call it a prime play, where you have the rights to broadcast something and the first 3 or 4 times it's been seen in that country. Syndication just means... Well, we'll have to agree to disagree. Scott, I'll give you an extra 10 points. Let's see what that would have got you. In fact, let's give you an extra 50 points, Scott, because you only got 171, which takes you up to 221, which brings you up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th place. So you got back into the top 10 for being screwed over on... I can't... When I was writing at the time, I was thinking, right, Dick Dastardly. Oh, I'll try if I can catch someone out and change it to Mick Dastardly. I had no idea it would go this far. I used to be terrified of Zelda. Yes, so Zelda was the main baddie in Terrahawks. Her son and the bear sidekick thing. You used to have to check they weren't under my bed every night. I know exactly how you feel. It wasn't until I watched that episode again I was like, this was for kids. Why would they show this? And what I didn't get at the time is what were they called? The round robot things. Sorry, I'm going to have to remind myself. I've had 3 beers, I can't remember. And Scott has... So, look at this. This was a kids' TV show. And that was one of the main characters. Yeah, don't be terrified, kids. That's fine. So the premise here is that aliens have attacked Earth in 2017 or something like that. 2020. So the series is set in the year 2020. An alien force has destroyed NASA's Mars base and Earth is under threat. A small organisation, the Terrahawks, is set up to defend the planet from the Hawk Nest, their secret base in South America. Blah, 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 blah. Split into 3 series, Terrahawks 39 episodes were filmed between January 1983 and August 1984. Alright, it wasn't a cartoon, but it's definitely in the 80s. If we can all agree with that. What were the things? Zoid balls or something like that they were called. Zeroids, that was them. They're these special robots that were kind of attached to the ships and they would shoot laser beams at whoever was attacking them. But they all had names, so like 101 and 0 often had arguments over the command of Space Hawks. All other Zeroids gave distinct personality traits, such as the Zeroid Dishoot, which his name is French for the number 18, and he speaks in a French accent. And I was watching this today, I was going, why is that robot not speaking French, but has a French... So the robot is an English or American robot with a French accent. Oh, it made me laugh so much. So the name is French for the number 18, but yes, he speaks with a French accent and has a handlebar moustache. Why would a robot have a... let's see if I can find these. It had me in fits of laughter earlier. They didn't look like this. It's these were them. That was one of the Zeroids. So they would follow them around and help them out, but they would also fire lasers and have pithy one-liners every now and again. Zelda, like the games? No, but that Zelda was a cartoon back in the day. The game is from a cartoon, which is probably from a comic, which is probably from something else, but you know. Oh dear, that made me laugh so much. What time are we at even? Oh, 10:50. It hurts to laugh. I'm sorry, Scott. It's made me laugh as well. Teletubbies is a traumatizing episode. I thought it was a nightmare until recently. Yeah, I remember being about 18, 19, 20, and we all decided to go on a fancy dress. We were going to a fancy dress party, or it was a fancy dress night out or something. One of our friends, their mum was a seamstress or something like that, and they made us Teletubby costumes. And I had never really watched Teletubbies because I missed it. I was a bit too old for it. But we watched it just because they were all the rage. The Teletubbies were all the rage. So I thought, we're best watching it, find this all up, find out what it's all about. Tubby Tustard and all that kind of stuff. The Teletubbies was mental. And didn't it turn out that they were all on drugs and all doing all kinds of weird things while they were playing the Teletubbies? Oh. Yeah, it's just weird stuff. This is the original. Is this the original? Terrahawks is the proper... I thought the Zelda was a different thing. Oh, I can't remember. And they wonder why 70s and 80s kids are mixed up. Quite right. Sacre bleu. Quite right, Dr. Awesome. I just had to check to make sure there was a bear sidekick. It wasn't just one of my teddies conspiring against me. Jerry Ann's, yeah. So it was quite a late one for Jerry Ann's, because he did do lots of stuff in the 60s and 70s, and that is before my time. The Babe with the Power. Well, the power of voodoo, what you want do. Ah, the labyrinth, right? I get you. It's a labyrinth reference. I used to love the Teletubbies. So many videos of me watching it at 2 years old. Yeah, whereas you're sat there in front of the telly at 2 years old watching it. I'm sat there dressed up as one of them, strolling the streets of Glasgow with a beer in my hand, going, "Hey!" Such different lives. Who knew the world of fish keeping would bring us together? Right, we've got a couple of minutes left. This has descended into madness right now. I apologise, everyone. Oh, someone sent me a link on Discord. Oh, the Energon Omega Super Prime review. Okay. So, a little bit of light shilling to end the evening or the afternoon, depending where you are in the world. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm sorry this was just mostly nonsense. The quiz was fun, if nothing else. I had fun. That's what counts, right? It's my show. I should have fun. Thank you for joining me. If you wouldn't mind, consider buying a calendar. It really does help. There is only a couple of quid. That's a time of year when you have to buy things for everyone. I realise every penny counts, but it is a few pounds and it does help. Even though it's not going to change the world, it might push it in the right direction. If nothing else, I'd want you to go and check out Andrew's channel tomorrow. We have I've immediately forgotten the name of Andrew's channel. That's just terrible. If you're still here, remind us. It's the Aquarium Daily. God. Sorry. Aquarium Daily. I was meant to be on it, but I have my parents down visiting, so I probably won't be able to make it. But you never know. I might turn up. Might pop in. They're doing another giveaway. This is the Christmas episode. They're doing some giveaways. Might get some good stuff there. Have a bit of fun. Well done to Juggler. We'll get it in the post. Get it on the way. Come and join me next week for the Christmas version. We might give away a similarly extravagant item just for Christmas and have a bit of fun. So bone up on your, is it 12 Lords of Leaping? Is it 5 gold rings? Or is it 5 Maids of Milking? That might be one of the questions. All things Christmas and Die Hard. But for tonight, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for indulging me and making me laugh so much. And we'll see you in the next one.